Hi everybody, my name's Lilly and I'm a grade 11 student at WH Croxford. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. I used to hate high school. I know that's not exactly something you'd expect to hear from someone giving a literal leadership speech, but it's the truth. I walked into grade 9 with all kinds of expectations, from movies, books, and my older brother's horror stories. High school is what you make it was the most terrifying thing I'd ever heard. Because what if I didn't make it good? What if I messed it up? What if I was just stuck here for the next 4 years of my life? I still remember my parents giving me the classic first day of school talk when I came home. How was your day? Did you make new friends? Are your teachers nice? Nope, and nope. I didn't even think my teachers knew my name. Walking into school every day became a chore, and I was always so anxious. Am I wearing the right thing? Is everyone staring at me? But then something shifted. There was an assembly at school a few months in, and it was organized and hosted by our year-long early morning leadership class. I remember sitting down on the cold, hard, uncomfortable floor of the gym and gearing up for the next painful hour of my life, when a leadership student walked out. Her name's Rachel, and she was in grade 12 at the time, so she's long graduated, but I will never forget seeing her up there. She did one of those call-in responses with the entire school, and everyone participated. Do you know how hard it is to not only talk to a group of teenagers, but actually get them to talk back to you? She talked about getting involved in the school and specifically leadership and the opportunities it had brought her. I sat in absolute awe, and as soon as the assembly was over, I marched straight to my guidance counselor and signed up for grade 9 leadership. Later that year in leadership class, we got the opportunity to attend a conference, Rebooting Student Leadership. It was a post-COVID conference with the intention of reconnecting student leaders after years apart. The keynote speaker was Drew Dudley, who I love, and it was actually right here in this very room, and hosted as a legacy project by the Year 3 Leadership Academy students at the time. I walked through those double doors with the expectation of just getting a day off of school with some friends, and I left feeling something I hadn't felt in a really long time: belonging. I was in a room full of leaders who got my ideas and I got theirs. The people in that room got what it was like to want to make a difference, want to make an impact, and not really know where to start. That was the start of my next 4 years. And remember Rachel? Well, she came and did an activity with my grade 9 leadership class later on in the year. There was a line down the middle of the classroom, splitting it in two. Everybody stood with their backs against the wall, and she would say a statement like, "I have a brother." And if that statement applied to you, you would step on the line and then step back. The game started with simple questions like, "I have a cat," or "I have 7 cousins." But as the game went on, the questions got a little harder. "I struggle with mental health," or "my parents are divorced," or even "I'm really going through a hard time right now." I looked around the classroom at some of the kids I'd been spending every day with, and it turned out I didn't really know that much about them. The message behind the game was pretty simple. You never know what somebody else is going through. Despite that seemingly simple lesson, that game changed my life. Not only did it bring a whole new perspective to my classmates and the people around me, but I kept thinking, I want to be like Rachel someday. I want to get involved and make an impact. I want to connect people. The funny thing is, I don't think Rachel even knows the impact that she had. In fact, during our 1-year crossover in high school, I never even told her my name. She literally changed the course of the next 4 years of my life, and she has no idea. Since then, I've grown in ways I never thought possible. I joined my school's year-long leadership class, met incredible people I can't imagine my life without, some of whom are here today, and hosted countless events for my school. I emceed my first school assembly this year. I've helped organize some of the biggest events we host at Croxford. I've mentored for the Big Brothers Big Sister program twice. I've even become a better sister, daughter, and cousin. I've gone to even more leadership conferences, and I can tell you I actually know how to have a conversation with my teachers now. Some of them even know my name. Beyond my high school, I've joined Rocky View Leadership Academy, which has given me such incredible opportunities, like giving a speech in front of over 100 people. RVSLA has given me the space to take a deeper dive into my values and the kind of impact I want to have on others, even if I never realize it, much like the impacts made on me. Some of the people who have had the biggest influence on my leadership journey have no idea they played that role in my life, which reminds me of Drew Dudley's speech, Lollipop Leadership, the first speech I heard in this very room that changed how I see leadership. It taught me that we can have such a powerful impact on somebody's life and have no idea. That's what leadership has become for me. Understanding that a small part of my day, a part I might not even remember, can change someone's life. I'm still a work in progress. I still deal with my mental health, I still get anxious, and I still need to ask for help in leadership class, but I wouldn't change it for anything. Leadership has given me a purpose. It's given me a voice. It's given me a way to give a voice to others. I'm not just surviving high school anymore, but I'm actually having some fun. If there's one thing I could tell my 13-year-old self, and something that I hope you take away from this leadership speech, it's this. There is a place for everyone. That might not be leadership. That might be music, art, sports, drama. Whatever it may be, everyone is valuable. You're valuable. You just need to find your place. Thank you.